with regard to the text of Khangsar Tenpa'i Wangchuk, this is an enormous commentary on Longchenpa's Chö Ying Rinpoche's Treasury of the Dharmadhatu. And of all Longchenpa's 7 treasures, the Treasury of the Dharmadhatu is considered, as it were, the peak, so to speak. At least this is what Patrul Rinpoche says in his exhortation to read the 7 treasures. And it seems to have been the case that down the centuries, I suppose because of the sheer eminence of Longchenpa and the profundity of his work, that nobody wrote commentaries on his work apart from himself, auto-commentaries, until very recently. And I suppose this is because, owing in part to the personal experience of Tenpa'i Wangchuk, it has been brought home to the Tibetans themselves that how fragile the tradition is in the face of aggression and persecution. And so when Tenpa'i Wangchuk came out of prison, he was 12 years in a concentration camp, in the course of which he met his root teacher, and from whom he received many transmissions given from memory, including the transmission of Treasury of the Dharmadhatu and the Treasury of the Fundamental Nature. Later on, he composed these commentaries, which are in a sense unprecedented, because of that's third-party commentaries. He's not alone in this. There is another Khenpo, Jamyan Tupelotter, who has written a very beautiful, extensive commentary on the Mengakse, the Treasury of Instructions, Essential Instructions. But they are very rare. And what is wonderful about Tenpa'i Wangchuk's commentary is that whereas Longchenpa's auto-commentaries, they are always meaning commentaries, they are general commentaries on the meaning of the texts, and are usually supported by a wealth of difficult quotations from the scriptures. So they're not easy to translate. And especially when it comes to the root text, you might come across everything will be plain sailing, and Longchenpa will repeat in prose what he has said in verse. And then you come to a very difficult position, a difficult point in the text, difficult to understand, and Longchenpa doesn't say anything, just sort of jumps over to the next bit. So what is very helpful with Tenpa'i Wangchuk's commentary is that he explains every word of the root text. And not only that, whenever he quotes from the scriptures, he also gives explanations of the quotations. So his commentary is an invaluable tool, not only for understanding the text itself, but also for translating it. And so this is a very wonderful book, which, as I say, it's not been published yet, but will be soon. There again, it's a very important and profound text of great perfection, and so we hope that it will be of value to people who are really committed to the tradition, to the practice, and to the keeping of the Samaya commitments. It's been a wonderful experience for me personally to work on Longchenpa, because this is the first time in my life, really, that I've been able to do it. Having gone through the retreat and then studied with Khenpos and Lamas since, Longchenpa has always been, over the horizon, and this sort of great presence that I personally had not had the opportunity to encounter. But working on these texts has been a great experience, and especially the Treasury of the Dharmadhatu. It's difficult. It's actually quite difficult to explain or to verbalize. But one feels one is constantly being introduced to something that's just lies beyond the horizon of comprehension, in the ordinary sense of the word. And the whole kind of what the phenomenal world is, what the mind is, what phenomena are, what awareness is. These are all sort of very profound questions that one is constantly being... The answers are not given, because the answers have to be discovered for oneself. But the teachings of Longchenpa are constantly a kind of enticement to go further and deeper, and in a way that, is literally indescribable. And so this is... I can't claim to have made any progress at all, but it's been very inspiring to see this as a sort of possible trajectory, at least for someone. And I hope that this book will be of value to English readers.